Still haven't made it to that music yet.
Nope, still not there.
Be a few videos away.
Getting closer.
So I would say this is Jeff.
This is David.
Hey, David.
Hey, Jeff.
Let's play Monster Hunter.
Yeah.
We're going to go capture a volcano.
Yeah.
We'll start by, talking with the handler. Mm-hmm. She has a little bit of pathos here, talking about her grandfather. Wondering what your reason for coming over to the New World was, but your character is mute for all intents and purposes, so no answer given.
Your reason was to come over and be awesome. Or maybe get a cool hat.
There's more talk of the Sapphire Star. Lore, I guess. I just hit X through, or I guess A, through all of the text so fast. Except for the Meowskiller chef. I read everything he says. That's fair.
Nothing can stop
Also
us.
the biologist, the farm guy. But yeah, so
People
now,
that can do good stuff for you.
yeah. All right. So
Whereas we fought the first boss, the Anjanath. It's not really a boss, but I'm considering that.
it's the first roadblock for new people.
First roadblock. So this is like this particular mission is a siege mission, of which in the I guess the base game there really is only Zora Magdaros as this type. It's not technically a siege mission. I say it's a siege mission because the siege mission that they added later is a little bit more. Yeah, it's similar. But this is a lot more like the Elder Dragon fights of like previous Monster Hunter games, where it's a focus on a bunch of people and then a Monster Hunter thing, which is cannonballs and ballistae.
Work faster, you slag
Alive.
Quite a sight. Just wait till we're finished.
Soon, I hope.
The second fleet always delivers.
This is gonna work.
Chief, Commander.
So,
We'll get it ready by morning. I promise.
I'll hold you to it. When the time comes, you know what to do. The operation will commence at daybreak.
Sounds like we got our work cut out for us, eh, old man?
By next moonrise, Zora will be in chains.
The Elder Dragon fights from previous games are all very, as mentioned before, sort of complicated affairs. It's less the straightforward fight the monster as it runs at you and does the flying wyvern tailspin that 80% of all monsters have, and more secondary objectives and stuff. Especially for the gigantic, ginormous ones like this, it's often not even killed them; it's repelled them. Like, a force of nature is coming this way, like, oh, a hurricane is coming, let's fight that.
let's shoot cannonballs at the hurricane in order to.
So, what do I like and not like about the Zora Magdaros? Zora Magdaros looks dope.
Yes.
There's a lot of crazy rock beard.
There's a lot of good spectacle happening.
Yeah, this is a spectacle mission. It fails pretty hard on repeat plays, which, as far as Monster Hunter goes, that's kind of a huge knock because, like, a lot of it is, fight the monsters and fight them again. And this one's not. It's not really a fight,
right?
So, the other siege that they added later, which was the Kulv Taroth, which we'll get to whenever we get to it, is handled much better because it combines, like novel systems. I guess sort of like bespoke systems, because that's like a fun word to say. But then also, we'll bring in some other people here, because this thing is not really, you can't lose, I don't think.
Right.
There's like no lose condition. I suppose you could like die enough times that it would be a failure, but I've never even tried, nor even gotten anywhere close.
Yeah.
I guess, you can die if you get too close to the magma cores, because you're just like, I just want them to die, and it doesn't really matter. And they keep exploding, and then you burn to death. Yeah.
Oh, you're using the ballistae.
Yeah, like that ballista.
Look at all that good damage.
Yeah, I'm gonna get rid of that stupid beard. We haven't broken his outer shell, so it's not doing like those juicy orange numbers.
Right.
But that's all right.
And we had people join us. Yay!
Also, using ballistas is so much easier in this game.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Well, what old Monster Hunter is, it's always just a little bit slower. Also, a lot of old Monster Hunter is based off of single analog sticks, just because of the stuff that they were based on. So there's a lot of like holding down button to enter aim mode kind of stuff.
Okay.
And it kind of works the same way with the ballistas. Whoop. They work fine. It's just the speed that you can move and get items, put things, launch cannons, run by, grab ballista ammo, load the ballista, shoot off the ammo you have, get a binder, shoot the binder, all this stuff. It's much more smooth and satisfying, which is good, because otherwise this mission is a little it's the best time is the first time.
Right.
For Zora Magdaros. And also, the benefits of the mission are really money. Get that cold hard zinny. So since you can't really lose, and also it's kind of on a timer, the damage that you do to him is really, what you want to do is just break things. And then you get like more rewards, and like his pieces break off, you can like pick up little things off of him. So it's really just kind of a mad dash to get as much loot as you can from like, mining on his back and stuff, which we'll see shortly. This is just the first phase, the sort of heavy ammo, heavy weapon phase.
Yeah. So far, all he's done is walk at us. Mm-hmm. There he actually attacked, but you missed it.
Got a one-shot binder.
Ooh.
Now I can shoot him.
Success! We've restrained its movement. Second binder pulse.
Didn't put the close range on, but I think actually the close range might not work as well. It seems like that's okay damage. I wonder how that compares to the. It was less so on that. I think it's because my damage is being sort of muted by the stamina loss.
Maybe.
Is that a thing?
No. It's range.
I mean, I know it's range, but I really feel like I was at the same range for all those shots. It's kind of a big target. He's just kind of buried his face in the wall there a little bit.
I feel like because of his size, the distance he has between him and 3, 4, 5, 6. I think because of how big he is, you look like you're not making a huge difference in range, but you really are. And Zero's over there just cutting him up.
Yes, but I also say that because I was getting 14s and then I was getting 5s off of the same spread shot, so.
But
it's probably more efficient to just use the ballista.
Probably, or if you're Zero, just do the demon drug thing.
The stupid Raphanos.
Yeah.
They're only to annoy.
Yep.
Which is fine.
Yeah.
Because it's still less so than previous Monster Hunter games.
Right.
Where small monsters are there exclusively to annoy you.
Oh, you mean like that?
Yeah, like that. Where like you enter a room and then the second that you heal or you try and gather something, they narrow in on you, and it plays like the siren sounds from Kill Bill, and then they just charge directly at you, so that they can do like a single point of damage, just enough to knock you over and cancel your animations. Pretty much the only way to cancel animations in those games.
To get hit, yeah.
Actually, that reminds me of, I was watching some speedruns. Got that
There it
dude.
is.
Got that break. I was watching speedruns for Generations Ultimate. Since I'm, playing a crap ton of that, has maybe come up a few times.
Yeah.
And these speedruns, so like, the top tier, like, beat it as fast as possible. They'll use small barrel bombs at the edge of a loading zone, and then drink like a potion, or a demon drug or some other buff. So they place the bomb and then use the drug, and the bomb explodes and knocks them out of the animation into the loading zone, so they get into the next area faster. I was like, this is kind of hilarious, and I'm so glad that Monster Hunter World exists.
Yeah. That's
So it's like, does no one think that this is ridiculous? Because you're like, oh, well, it's obviously you want to get a faster time, so you want to spend less time in the animations for buffing. And you're like, oh, of course, I will set off an explosive at my feet to knock me into the loading zone.
so that this animation takes less time.
It's still not big enough to capture, sir.
It's another binder. You gotta find that sweet spot. There we go. Get some 40s. Just gotta get that right. There, we got
There
that
it
right.
is.
All right. Let's get some more of these. The cannonballs do eventually run out. Same with the ballistae.
But they do
that's-
refill after a certain amount of time as well, which is nice. They are essentially like your regular gather points in the wild, where after a while your mushrooms will come back or whatever.
It's cannonball trees and arrow plants.
They just happen to look exactly like boxes.
So the ecology of the world is very strange.
Yeah, I mean, we're fighting a giant walking volcano, so of course.
Lost join the quest. Got another buddy here.
Yay! We've got Zero and Lost and Boletaria and Vatrio. All the best properties combining together.
Kind of missed the sweet spot on that one.
Yeah, just a little bit, but you can reload so quickly.
Yeah.
My assumption is that the cannonball does more, like, breaking damage, but I don't know.
I don't know. Might certainly does more damage.
Right.
Gotta find the right spot there.
Yeah.
It's about ready to move on to the next phase.
We are almost to phase 2. We're
So
getting
close.
so close.
There's Serious Handler. Thank you.
Yes.
The ballista ammo and the binders go into your ammo pouch,
Right.
All right, next phase.
and you can't hold them if your ammo pouch is full.
Hunters, grab your transports and proceed to the mounting phase of the operation.
I didn't know
So-
that. That makes sense.
So if you have an item loadout, just leave a few spaces open.
You can do it.
Right.
This only comes up. This comes up in Special Arena, where you can actually use like ballista in that.
Now,
And a few times, if I'm going in with a light bow gun, I was like, why can I not pick up the?
I'm out of space.
find the magma cores on Zora's shell. Those are its weak points.
Hey, it was first person for a second.
Where the beast
Yeah, briefly. We're just. This is the fight part
Yeah.
where everyone gets around and just kind of shoots it. Yeah. Just kind of shoot at this core until it breaks.
Yep.
Like I said, mostly it's just going to be running around getting as many shinies as possible.
Gotta get them shinies. You're using the bow because you have infinite
Yes.
dragon piercers. I am using the gun lance because it's my new favorite.
It's your new boy.
That's my new boy.
Yeah, the spread shot and the dragon piercer are great because you just stand out of range and
Right.
it's perfect range for the weapon.
And then the gun.
Also,
Go ahead.
well, the other reason is that it's so that I can access the other breakable points when he's on two or when he's sitting up on 2 legs instead of
Right.
down on 4. So it's just a little bit more efficient.
Because the arena changes when he's doing that.
That is true.
But the good thing about the gun lance, like any of the weapons with shields, is you can just stand in front of the lava blast and be okay. Nope. What?
Nope, they didn't quite.
Why did it do that? Why did it aim up?
Yeah, get that wyvern steak.
Why are you highlighting all of my failures?
Some of it's funny.
Thanks.
I'm over there mining. Trying to fight with the dual blade guy. There's some shinies on the ground.
Yeah.
Also, I'm a little bit on fire, but
Yeah, you just gotta roll.
Changing posture. I think it's trying to get out.
speaking of changing posture, yes, this is where the
For those magma cores.
this is kind of where we came in at the very first mission of the game. Well,
Right.
the intro of the game.
The very, very beginning.
Where he
So we
sits
couldn't
up.
mine then.
That's true.
Over Macros' head.
Now we can at least get a little bit more out of it.
Its head and attack that core with all you've got.
The Zora Magdaros armor, because you might think, well, it's a new monster, we get new armor. And it is true that Zora Magdaros has weapons and armor. However, we won't be able to get them yet,
No.
even though we'll be able to get some of the materials. Usually getting the materials means that you'll be able to see it in the smithy, but in this case it's locked behind the stupid lava. I'm a little on fire at the moment.
Yeah.
This is the extra spot that I was talking about.
Close range on. All right, there we go.
There we go. We can do some damage on it now. Doesn't have that much health. And the reason I'm breaking these is that extra breaks give you more stuff
Right.
at the end. So
You should probably roll the fire away.
I should. I'm wondering why I'm not shooting, and it's because I've stepped onto the wall. Okay. I was like, why am I not shooting? This is stupid. Anyways, it's fine. This is fine.
There it is. Now you're dumping damage into it.
Yeah.
That's enough.
There we go.
Got a break.
Hold your position. Watch your footing or it'll shake you off.
Now,
Thank-
are we
thank
in
you,
any
Field Team Leader.
real danger here, Jeff?
No.
No. But we do get an ancient potion.
Which I already had with me, so I couldn't pick mine up.
I just went ahead and used mine, I think, when I
Yeah.
got mine. It's
That's
like,
a good strategy. Just kind of.
it's free, might as well.
There's the other one. You just need to get down there and stab it. You just need to.
Right.
You're close. It's just it's a little bit to the right.
Nope.
Well, there goes David.
I decided to run, and that's not what you do. Whoops.
You'll be back.
Yeah, I'll make it. Just give me some time.
Let me shoot some rocks on that rock.
Oh, hey, that actually worked.
It does. I'm gonna stun that rock. We got the break.
Yeah.
Let's go climb up to its head. The last magma core.
Maybe don't go right in the lava.
Yeah, I see it.
Yeah.
Guy decided to jump off.
Yep.
I think that maybe he didn't decide that, but accidentally pressed the B button.
Right. This is the same guy who a little bit later asked us
Yeah.
how we use the rope. So
Sure. I think there's some demos going on. He's like, oh, I must hit a different button in order to use the fast, and then instead your person bodily jumps off.
yeah.
You can do numbers. There's numbers. It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Just kind of.
Oh. No, if
There's
you
the actual core at the tip of the nose.
right, and you can fall off, but you just get wing draked right back to one of the spots.
True.
So
Unfortunately, the Dragon Piercer is not great for this.
right.
You'd think that with the monster being as huge as it is, that it would be a good, but no.
No.
Depends on the direction.
Now it looks like I comically missed again. I did in fact hit that one.
Okay. I believe you.
You decided not to show my footage, so
Who knows? We'll never know for sure.
and there I was using that
Well, we
infinite
have done
combo.
it.
You accused me of not knowing.
It hurts me a little bit when you're advancing by doing the small hops, and I'm like, press forward and triangle to do the forward lunge. It's fine.
Hey Jeff,
Yes,
I don't have to be optimal. I just have to
I
have fun.
understand. But I also have to watch your footage, so
That's true. You also have to listen to me talk. So
that's true. I do that a lot too.
Yeah.
I have to make critical editing decisions. Like,
Right.
Is this like entertaining? Is this entertainingly good or is it entertainingly bad?
Is that a sniffle? That's a sniffle. Let's go ahead and just edit that out.
We'll just edit that one out there.
Yep.
Is David going on a racist screed again?
Yeah, you know me. All those racist screeds you have to edit out.
In like 7 or 8 years, I've only had to edit out like 3 or 4 of them. And to be fair, they were on completely different topics each time.
I have views, okay? I have views and opinions, and you're really good at picking and figuring out when I'm not thinking my words through, okay?
I am on fire. You know what? It's fine. I'm just
gonna mine on fire.
We're in no rush. Not really.
Right.
As you may or may not have surmised, we're done.
Yeah. We've done all the things.
So we're hanging out. We're mining. These mining points will regenerate.
Right.
The mission doesn't end until this huge volcano gets to the barrier, which is you can see a little bit of the distance there.
It's a very pretty area.
It would be nice if there was more to do, some more threat. Just kind of hang out. Just, enjoy the sights, the Great Ravine. Just kind of get the cool wavy heat motion.
Yeah, and it's artistically really interesting, and the wavy heat motion means you can get away with a lot more stuff.
It would be fun to... Well, I mean, it's not the literal end of the mission. There is another thing that happens, but to access the next phase, it doesn't happen until Zora Magros gets over to the point.
Zero wasn't a fan of you sitting down.
That's all right. He'll come around.
And that's me accidentally hitting a button?
We'll actually not. We'll skip ahead. We won't show this whole thing.
Oh, okay.
No. I will not make you sit here and just watch, because literally we were just sitting here and just kind of like talking about whatever. We're waiting for the mission to advance.
And this is when Zero's like how to use the grappling hook when you're climbing.
Let's use this opportunity to do some learning.
Yeah, let's teach. You hit A at a direction.
I don't know what Lost is doing back there, but
having fun,
kind of hanging out. Guys, how do you climb faster? It's like, well, it's a mixture of R1 and A, but A button, use the hook.
Yeah.
I realized, of course, soon after that it was not still typing. Jump up in the in between.
I was wondering about that. And there he goes to test it out.
Up plus A.
And it's really any direction in A, and you'll just jump towards it. But...
That's not true. Neutral A, you'll fall straight down.
Okay, fine. But left, you go left. Up, you go up. Right, you go right.
This is true. So you can jump up with the hook shot. You can also press the B button to jump perpendicular off. Mm-hmm. This is extremely unintuitive and confusing. It's climbing and getting stuck climbing and trying to jump off is extremely frustrating in this game. Having played it for a while, I now know this, because of muscle memory, like the shortcuts that I want, the buttons that I want to do the thing. Mm-hmm. But it's very frustrating to want to do something as simple as just jump backwards and then realize that like what button does that? And you hit a bunch of different buttons and nothing happens. Mm-hmm. And then eventually it happens, but then when you're being attacked by something and you want it to happen, then you press the wrong button, and it's just very frustrating.
I would like to point out that at that moment I was already exactly where they wing draked me back to.
You just went up and then back down.
Right.
Hey, there's Nergigante.
Hey, Nergigante.
What a great fight.
Yeah.
I love fighting Nergigante.
He's really fun.
Uh-huh. He's also way out of our league at this moment.
Yeah, just a little bit.
Stupid, excitable A-lister. Unfortunately, that's all we get.
Yep, and we're done.
Yep, we done.
Now it's cutscenes through the end.
Come on! Back in position! Now! Aim! Fire!
All right. I like this
One
scene
of the
a lot.
first weirdos is here.
Yeah. One of my favorite first weirdos because he's the cop that's about to retire.
He's from the first!
Master!
No way.
We won't get to fight Nergigante for a while, but the fact that it has spikes and it regrows its spikes and you can chop off the spikes, that's sort of its gimmick, or one of its gimmicks. The other gimmick being it's super hard and likes to kill you.
It hits like a truck. And you have
A
to have,
flying spiky truck.
and you have to have some of the best shields in the game to not die instantly. When
Or
he does some of his attacks.
the wherewithal to sheath your weapon and Superman dive.
Yes.
I'm getting too old for this.
Yes, you are. You super are, and you're great.
I'll have to double check, but I think that he's using. Actually, maybe I can go check now. I think that the huntsman is using like G rank Rathian armor, something like that from a previous game.
Huh.
A type of armor that's not in this game,
Right.
At least until they add the, extra stuff to it.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. We can just check around here. Yes, the internet. World Huntsman.
Right. So for people who are paying attention at home, it couldn't be that was the Nergigante. That's what they were
Yes.
referring to.
Which they couldn't. I was like, it's fine. Just like.
All right, gather round.
anyways.
Let's get council underway. First, your reports. Where do we stand right now?
Since it reached the Great Ravine, we've lost track of it, sir. The situation has made it quite difficult for us. However, I think we have a chance to salvage the situation if we can pick up its trail on the other side.
Got some good news from the field team on that front. Tectonic movement from when Zora passed through created a fissure in the Great Ravine. That fissure is our ticket to catching up with the beast.
There's no point. We exhausted our supplies during the last operation. Even if we did track it down, there's no way we'll be able to pull off anything of that scale.
Then what should we do, Commander?
We'll have to send a ship to the guild.
A ship?
But with the skies and seas the way they are.
It doesn't matter. We cannot proceed without notifying the guild of the situation. We should send word and wait for their decision. Captain, can I count on you?
Never you worry, sir.
Dude will never wear a shirt.
Waiting for my
I love
chance.
the scrappy captain.
It seems that the fissure in the Great Ravine has not only given us a
He's
path,
always just
but an
got done doing
opportunity
yard
as
work
well.
in Houston. Always just
He is
glistening
always
and never wearing
glistening.
a shirt.
Exactly.
And find Zora Magdaros's trail. Hunters, head to the Great
There
Ravine
is not a
as soon as
fabric
you're ready.
absorbent enough to contain
May
him.
the Sapphire Star light your way. Dismissed.
And then awkward pause. Everyone nods.
Nods, right.
I always thought that it was like waiting for me to hit a button. So I was like, oh, I should hit a button now. No. There's an awkward pause there. And then everyone nods.
So
well, we did it. And by
did
did it, I mean didn't do it. But
we
you know,
failed, but
it's,
we continued the game.
yes, the game continues. Zora Magdaros has broken through the Great Ravine.
Mm-hmm.
There's the huge, sort of like corridor it mined out for us.
Mhm.
So we can go to new locations.
Will those
Talk to this
locations
old
happen to be
botanist.
pretty?
Yes, in fact.
Mm-hmm.
And one of them has the best music in the game, which I use for the intro because it's
Right.
the best.
Yeah.
We've got, speaking of Rathian, like the armor, the old style armor that the Huntsman's using,
Mhm.
we have a mission to go hunt a Rathian. This is one of the, classic Monster Hunter monsters.
Mhm.
And I think it's the first one of the monsters that isn't part of the main quest. Or you don't have to kill directly for the main quest.
Right.
Because it shows up briefly when you're going through and you have to run away from the Rathian, but... So this is one of the first, optional monsters we'll be fighting. Which I think we'll do in the next episode.
Right. And you should do the optional stuff as you can, just because it generally
Yeah.
gets you stuff.
Yeah, instead of... I'm very interested in doing all of the botanical research quests as soon as possible, just because you get more and better stuff from the garden farmed in.
The farmed in?
Mm-hmm, the farmed in.
Uh-huh.
Mm-hmm.
Not the garden.
That's what I said? Nope. That's dumb. What you said was dumb. What I said was
you're
smart. SMRT
New
smart.
products in stock.
Portmanteau always wins.
Mm-hmm. It's my favorite drummer.
Damn it.
Mike Portmanteau.
So he's selling new stuff.
Hmm?
Still not selling the expensive nice thing, but...
He's not selling what I want, which is charms.
Right. Soon.
We've countered it in the past, Nugagante. Yes, I know what it is. It's the flagship monster for this entry in the series.
It's real cool.
Each of the sort of generations of Monster Hunter games has it's kind of like a sports game where it's like, oh, who's the athlete that's chosen to be on the cover.
Right.
It's like, what's the new flagship monster? And Nergigante is probably the best one in this game. I really do like Kolv Taroth a lot. Nergigante is pretty good.
Yeah. Yeah, Nergigante I think might be my favorite one to fight.
It's a very, very fun fight, and it's difficult, and it's very satisfying once you get used to all the moves and whatnot, and you can just kind of get in there and mess him up. But also, it's very easy for him to mess you up.
But that is neither here nor there, because we weren't fighting Nergigante, we were fighting Zora Magdaros.
Yes.
And then we fought
That's
Nergigante.
true. And we were kind of fighting Zora Magdaros. We were more of just using it as a taxi. Next time.
Next time.
Next time we will check the notes so that I say what was actually next time. Next time we will go through the Great Ravine. So it'll be more cutscene heavy. We'll be introduced to we'll go through the Great Ravine, see what's on the other side. But we'll also take down that Rathian, just so we sprinkle some monster hunting action in there too.
Right.
So the Rathian is not technically related to the main plot, but it's important to the story of getting the Botanical Research Center better.
And getting new armor for you and your kitty and new weapons.
Yes, very important.
And if you're a Gunlance user, super important.
It's very important. The meta gun lance is made from Rathian pieces.
Yes.
It also looks pretty dope.
It looks really cool. I like it a lot. So if you have enjoyed this content and the other content we make, feel free to go to our Patreon where you can support us, and you can give so much per month. If you can't do that, one-time tip via PayPal is great. Other than that, do the like, comment, subscribe thing, and look forward to seeing you next time.
Monster Hunter. And now's the part where I cut out another one of David's racist screeds. David's racist screeds.
All right, and I'm going to stop recording now.